Hi everybody and welcome back to Love English. I'm Sabrah. Today we're looking at the Liverpool accent, how to understand it and how to say some things in Scouse.
A hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night, I should be sleeping.
Before we get started guys, I'd just like to say a thank you to our sponsor, italki. italki are an amazing language learning platform. You can learn lots and lots of languages with them, but I assume you are here to learn English. Now, italki have given our students an amazing offer of $10 off your first italki lesson. So guys, to get that offer, you need to sign up by clicking the link in the description box below. I'm going to explain a little bit more about the benefits of italki at the end of the video, and I'm going to say it in Scouse. So make sure you watch to the end of the video for that. Also guys, do not forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know every time we've uploaded a new video, and also follow us on social media. Okay everybody, let's get started on the Scouse accent. Now I feel I'm a little bit of an expert on this as I was born in Liverpool and the Liverpool accent was the first accent that I spoke with. Even though now I have a southern accent, I moved when I was young and I can remember speaking with a Liverpool accent. So the first thing you need to know about the Scouse accent is that a couple of the vowel sounds actually have a different pronunciation to what they do in the south of England in general. So for example, this would be with the sound, for example in word, first, bird. In Liverpool, this would be said first, weird, beard. The sound becomes an ear. So you would say, what's that word? What's that bird over there? So you can hear that the becomes ear, ear. So you have to widen your mouth a little bit to make that sound. Other examples would be girl becomes girl, work becomes work. So practice that guys if you want to. You can try these sentences. Have you heard about the bird that spread the word? Have you heard about the bird that spread the word? Where do you work? Where do you work? The next thing we're going to talk about is the pronunciation of the A sound. Now this is common in the north in general to say the A as more of an A. For example, in the south we would say grass, and we would say this A as R, like in car. But with the Liverpool accent they would say grass, grass, so it's more of an A sound than an R. The same would go for glass. South we say it glass. In the north, they would generally say it glass. Your glass is half full. Your glass is half full. Bath would become bath. Laugh would become laugh. Example sentences would be, we had a real laugh. We had a real laugh. So that's really the vowel sounds, the really significant changes in vowel sounds with a Liverpool accent. So the third thing we're going to look at is missing consonant sounds from the beginning and the end of words. This is particularly common with D, T and H. For example, the word that would become tha. The word dad would become da. The word home would become om. The word head would become ed. So all of these get shortened with a Scouse accent. Let's look at these in some phrases. I'm going to see me da. I'm going to see me da. Are you going to eat that? Are you going to eat that? I'm going home. I'm going home. On me head. On me head. So those are very typical. So those are very typical consonants that get dropped from the beginning or the end of words. An important point to make, guys, is that T and D are dropped from the end of words, so you wouldn't drop them from the beginning, but H is dropped from the beginning. So don't start dropping the beginning T or D because then the words will not make sense anymore. So T and D drop from the end and the H is dropped from the beginning. Another feature is that K becomes more of a H sound, particularly at the end of words, but this can also be in the middle of words as well. An example would be work becomes work, work. So it actually becomes a H. You're pushing air out of your mouth. It's quite a hard sound to make actually if you're not from Liverpool. Work, work. I walked to work. Where are you walking? Where are you walking? The last sound we're going to look at today is how TH can almost totally be ignored in a word, especially if it's in the middle. And we're also going to look at how T and A can become an R. For example, in the word nothing, TH is barely pronounced. Nothing, nothing. With a strong Scouse accent, you might say this word, nothing, nothing, I'm doing nothing.
But sure, it's yours now, Stephen. 4 games left. 5 points clear. 5 points clear.
You know that. Nothing's ours yet.
It's yours to go and win.
Nothing's ours yet.
Lots of becomes Laura. Have you seen? There's a lot of people in there. There's Laura. Not a becomes Nora. There's not a lot of people there. Okay, so they were some of the main features of the Liverpool accent. Now, I've got a couple of phrases that I want to teach you to say in Scouse before we go. So there are 4 words that you need to know to be able to say these sentences. The first is brekkie, brekkie, which is short for breakfast. And with a Scouse accent, this would be said, brekkie. Do you fancy some brekkie? The next thing we're going to talk about is boss. And this is when you want to say that something was great. And typically we push this with a shortened version of the word lad, which means man. So we push these together and it would be bossla. Obviously you say it to a man. So it would be, that was bossla, which means that was great. That was great, mate, for example. That was bossla. The last phrase is to say goodbye in Liverpool. We say ta-ra, but of course with a Scouse accent we would say ta-ra, ta-ra for now. So as I promised you at the beginning, I'm now going to talk about the benefits of italki but in a Scouse accent. So if you want to get that discount code where you can get $10 of italki credits, then go down to the description box and click that link, because then you get $10 off your first lesson purchase. So italki are great because you can learn from home and it's really convenient for you as well as being really affordable. So start learning with native speakers today. Click that link below in the description box. Right everybody, it's been a pleasure teaching you today. I hope you've learned some Scouse and I hope it helps you to understand this wonderful accent. Thanks so much now. Ta-ra!